Trade and connectivity is one way to cement ties. Defense is another. Partners who fight together stay together. In fact, let's tweak that a bit. Partners who sell weapons to each other stay together. I know it's not ideal. An arms race anywhere in the world is destabilizing, but such is the reality. If you want peace, you must prepare for war. Which brings us to India's defense industry. New Delhi has always been a buyer in the global arms market. The army was big, the local defense industry wasn't. So the only option was to import. But now things are changing. India's defense exports are picking up. I have some numbers for you. In 2016-17, India's defense exports were worth 1,500 crore rupees. Next year, it was 4,600 crore rupees. In 2019-2020, exports reached more than 9,000 crores, and last year, just shy of 16,000 crore rupees. That's a very impressive trajectory. From 1,600 crores in 2016 to 16,000 crores in 2022. But the government's target is even bigger. New Delhi is hoping to sell weapons worth $5 billion by 2025. That's around 35,000 crore Indian rupees. More than double what is being sold today. So what's the plan of action? How will they do this? Reports say the government is plotting a marketing push. More defense attaches will be deployed in Africa and West Asia. Who's an attaché? An official or envoy with a specialized job. In this case, to sell weapons in Africa and West Asia. India sees both these regions as key markets. At the same time, attaches in traditional markets will be reduced, like maybe Russia or France. These are countries India usually buys weapons from. So the broad idea is to turn away from imports to exports. Not just state-owned ones, but also private ones. I'll tell you why. Around 70% of India's defense exports are from the private sector. Most of these are parts, not full weapons. Things like simulators or armored vehicles or night vision equipment and fuselages. The defense attaches will promote these products as well. And I know what you're thinking. Why would government officials push for private companies? Because it's common practice in the defense industry. When Lockheed Martin sells something, the US government is inevitably involved. Same with France and Dassault. Right now, the Indian private sector is limited to parts. Lockheed Martin and Tata will be making fighter wing ship sets. Boeing and Tata already make fuselages for Apache helicopters. Adani Defense is making parts for Israeli drones. So the parts business is going well. But that's not where the big money is. The big money is in the sophisticated and lethal weapons, like attack helicopters, missile systems, and fighter jets. If India can sell those, it's a jackpot. The BrahMos missile is already in great demand. The Philippines has already bought it. Reports say Indonesia is also interested. By the way, that's another key market for India, Southeast Asia. These countries have two major requirements. A, the weapons must be effective but affordable, and B, they must not be of Chinese origin, and you can see why. Southeast Asia needs weapons to counter Chinese aggression, so buying from China is out of the question. America and France are way too expensive. Russia is a largely unknown partner, which leaves them with what? India. The equation is a bit different in Africa and West Asia. Those countries already buy from the US and Russia, so getting them to change sellers will be hard, hence the marketing push. The defense attaches will be tasked with promoting Indian weapons to convince countries to switch sellers. But as always, there will be challenges. For starters, India isn't alone. Other countries are also eyeing the defense market, like South Korea. They recently got a fighter deal jet with Malaysia. India's Tejas aircraft was also shortlisted, but in the end, Malaysia went with a Korean jet. And such setbacks are natural, but they should not become a trend. You see, India is trying to breach a market that has not changed in decades, which means innovation will be required, not just in products, but also in sales tactics. I'll give you the example of Egypt. They're also interested in India's Tejas fighter jet, Egypt. Reports say New Delhi is going the extra mile, even offering to transfer technology and set up a local production unit. Such tactics will help in the long run. They will give India an edge over competitors. Of course, there are critics too. Some say India is stretching its legs even before sitting. They point to the recent SIPRI report on military spending. What does the report say? It says that India is still the largest military importer. It makes up 11% of all imports, which is true. But the trajectory has changed. The value of those imports has been falling. So it's important to stick to the plan. First, increase local capacity, then demonstrate reliability and effectiveness, and finally, push them into the market.